Well, if you look at the future of travel in a car, right, and it's going to be profoundly different from where we are today. And autonomous driving is actually more mature than most people thought. And just as we speak, we complete road test of a pretty high-speed autonomous driving in Beijing in the fifth ring between Baidu, the building, and the Olympic Park. And it is really accumulation of lots of different technologies, high precision mapping, the GPS, and the sensoring, and the machine learning, and a lot of the technologies we've been developed for many years. And also the integration with the sharing economy, like Uber type of platform. This is going to fundamentally change the future transportation and the travel economy. And obviously, the Qunar and the Ctrip merger itself will put Baidu in a very strong position in all of this. So we are very happy with where we are in terms of different stages and different dimensions of the travel and the ride. Well, it's technology, user, and the data itself. Right? And if you look at one of the things that internet technologies are changing, and it's really finance is probably a major part of it. Finance obviously itself is a huge business, whether it's consumer loan or it's banking or it's credit card. But also it is a tool and enabler for other business. And so for Baidu, we have a very big set of data and a huge volume of consumers, and also technologies that allow us to doing deep learning and analytics of this data. So we have a pretty strong technology in terms of all to integrate this, so we can form a better risk control mechanism. So in the sense, the combination or the partnership with our conventional banking will really give us a leverage. So and also it is quite early, right, in the internet finance, and we only see a minor, tiny tip of the iceberg. So we are confident Baidu has the right technology, product, service, and also right strategy. In fact, as we speak, we just formed a new business group focused on finance, for security, for consumer loans, for payment, and also in conjunction with some of the traditional banks like CITIC or insurance companies. Baidu has been around for 15 years. In 2000, Robin Li came back to China and used essentially the technology he invented and built this company. And we're very proud of where Baidu is right now. We just exceeded about $10 billion, and we are the #1 search engine in China. And in our mobile traffic and mobile revenue actually is bigger than our PC. So we are really a mobile company, and we made all the right changes in the last 15 years. So that is kind of stage one. Right? The bigger opportunity are really in the mobile internet and the service that connect to the real economy and the real industry. And in the past, our focus has been search the right information, find the information any place, anywhere, for you. But in the future, we want to index the real world and connect people to service. So that is a very exciting journey, and that market is much bigger than just the search information itself. So we embarked a new strategy in the last year or so, investing in betting the company, in fact, in the online offline economy, the O2O economy. So in travel, we just talk about the merger of Ctrip and Qunar. So we have a pretty good position in the travel. And we invested in Uber, we invested in some of the international companies, Brazil, for example. And also, obviously, we bet about $3.5 billion in Nuomi, which is one of the leading group buying companies and the businesses. And obviously, our goal is to make sure it's a real platform for the local lifestyle. It's a way for people. You can really book your movie tickets, you book your trips, your cars. You can really use it for takeout, all the services that actually connect to the online. So that economy, that business is going to create another Baidu, which is more competitive in terms of the technology and the product and the service. And also, let me say this: a lot of people think O2O, is low tech. It's not. At the first stage, obviously you're using subsidy, you're trying to ramp up, try to bootstrap, and making sure you have the right customer scale. But in order to compete, in order to make that real platform, you have to have the right technology. So technology, algorithms, mathematics are key for the business to sustain and eventually to become profitable. And we believe we will make profit in the O2 business, and it just takes time, takes some patience. And Wall Street, initially they had a little bit of confusion, but right now I think they believe in our strategy, and that's why you see there's a lot of support for our strategy. Well, if you look at just some of our O2O business, like Nuomi, the travel, and the food takeout, our GMV is actually growing very fast. It was 150 billion renminbi in the last year. So and growing 120%. We are not looking at just the number itself. This is a tremendous opportunity. We will continue to invest, and it will take some time for us to see the profits. But it is coming. It is coming. Yeah. And also, as I mentioned, we have the right technology, whether it's for dispatch, or increasing the efficiency, or improve the supply chain. And those things will give us a leverage and an edge in the competition. But also, let me say this: the online/offline represents a huge opportunity here in China, which is probably not well understood in the U.S. U.S. and China are very different in this particular segment. China. It's because of the demographics, the cost structure, and also the density of people in the city. So you actually are able to leverage a lot of things, the logistics and the technology, right, that will in fact help us. But in U.S., it's people living in very distributed areas, and the delivery logistics, for especially last mile, is pretty high. So the infrastructure in China, in fact, because of the lack of it, in fact, it gave us more opportunity to improve, and that is opportunity, that is the business, and that is profit in the future. Well, the internet, in fact, is an interesting phenomenon. It's if you look at, it has become probably more commercial, right, than governed in the mode that has grown in many different countries. But when internet gets such a scale and it becoming such a critical part of life and the business, and it's also changing the physical economy, the governance, and also the policies, the regulations, and laws have become more important. So I think this requires creative collaboration of different governments, but I'm confident this will get resolved. Whether it's security or privacy, those things will get resolved. But overall, the internet is such a big phenomenon that's changing everything we do.